It's time for the royal appointment. The time is now, the day is here. Yes, I am vamping because this week is, all it's missing is a South Park reference. It's from our friend Camilla Tominey. Note the choice of photo. A setback for the litigious Duke of Sussex. Harry and Meghan are on a quest to be treated as a cut above mere celebrity. That's because they are. He's the son of the sovereign. But interesting way to describe being protective of your family and making sure you have adequate security. Celebrities. The Duke of Sussex losing his legal challenge over the Home Office's decision to deny him the right to pay for his own security when he is in the UK marks a significant moment for royal relations. It's hard to roll an R before an E. Let's just pause here and recognize that we're not going to get facts from this. And let's look at a different article so everyone knows what's happening here. This is from The Guardian. Prince Harry loses legal fight to be able to pay for police protection in UK. Notice the picture. Notice the headline. Less sensational. It then says, Duke denied permission to challenge Home Office over decision on private payment for security services. So he lost the ability to further challenge the Home Office over their initial decision. Quote, the claim is related to another concerning Harry's security, challenging Ravek's refusal in a decision taken in February 2020 to provide him with the same degree of security beyond March 31st, 2020, after he and the Duchess of Sussex announced that they were stepping down from senior roles in the royal family, end quote. According to gov.uk, Ravek stands for Reference of the Royal and VIP Executive Committee. Harry's lawyers argued that, quote, Ravek, which deals with the protection of royalty and public figures, that people should not be allowed to pay privately for their protective security was unlawful, end quote. Ravek's argument was that if the public thought that wealthy people could just buy protective security, it would lessen their confidence, it would be unfair, etc. And in the written judgment by Justice Chamberlain, he agreed. Harry's lawyers argued that it, quote, contradicted Section 25(1) of the 1996 Police Act, which allows the chief officer of the police to provide special police services subject to payment, end quote. The judge's argument is that Ravek did not say that it would be contrary to the public interest to allow wealthy individuals to pay for police services. I feel like, again, what's missing from this conversation is that, again, Harry is not just a wealthy individual. Let's return now to Rita Skeeter's newsletter. She goes into Prince Harry's argument and then the judge's argument from her point of view that he is saying that Harry should not be given special treatment. Why are we acting like this is just a normal, regular civilian? We know the interest in Meghan and Harry, even if it's just from a monetary point of view for the British media. They are reported on whether they do something or they don't. Paparazzis are desperate for photos, and we've learned that there have been credible threats against particularly Meghan Markle in the UK. Okay, let's just finish this article and never read it again. The British authorities have sent a clear message to the Sussexes as they continue in their quest to be treated as a cut above mere celebrity. Forgive me, it only gets worse. I think I read this in a British accent as a coping mechanism, just something I talk about. I might bring that up with my therapist. I say, it marks a significant moment for royal relations because one imagines Harry is now going to be more reluctant to return to Britain if he believes he is not being adequately protected. The couple's rather hysterical 2-hour car chase statement last week suggests that they view themselves as prey in a paparazzi game. They are. All of these people are. William, Kate, Harry, Meghan, they are all prey in the paparazzi game. And guess who else was? Their mother, who was killed tragically in a car accident that involved, was not limited to, but involved paparazzi. I don't have words. The cruelty is the point. She then goes on to say that their statement was contradicted by the NYPD and a taxi driver. No, it was not. I did videos on this. Please refer to them. She then goes into other cases that Harry has going on and ends with this. While the latest ruling will have no bearing on the other cases, there's no doubt this first defeat represents a setback for the litigious Duke. I'll be honest, one of the reasons I didn't jump on this story when it came out is because I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a UK police officer. I am not well versed in that area. So I wanted to gather some information first, but again, I warn you, I still have a lot to learn on this and I'm open to learning more. The last sentence of Tomini's piece describes this as a defeat. I've seen some chatter online that perhaps Prince Harry knew that this was how it was going to end, but he wanted to have the ruling in writing just in case. Again, not on his legal team, but a paper trail would make sense. The other question I've seen posited is, why does he need this added layer of security? Wouldn't his own private security do the job? I researched a bit and found a couple of answers. The first reason being that bodyguards are not allowed to be armed. The UK has stricter gun laws than the US, and for that I applaud you. I'm proud to be an American, or at least I know I can buy an AR-15 when I'm a teenager. I can't get into that. Anyway, the UK police can be armed. But from what I can tell, they're not as universally armed as the US, which, again, kudos. The other argument I've seen for why he would want paid police security is for his security, his private security, and the police security, which he would pay for, to communicate any current threats, any intel that they might have, to make better calls and assess situations with the most up-to-date evidence that they have. I don't have the answer, but I know it annoys me when people act like something doesn't exist. If Harry was a mere celebrity, Camilla Tomini wouldn't report on him incessantly. Since I've started doing the Royal Report, it's almost always Harry and Meghan focused. I mean, she did give a couple days for King Charles's coronation and the 2 new species of fungi that are in the gardens. But to deny the fact that this is not an extremely rare and unusual situation is just being willfully obtuse. You can dislike someone but understand their need for security. Again, the cruelty always seems to be the point. Why not talk about recent royal events? Updates from the Duchess of Edinburgh's motorcade crash, the garden center opening where Kate surprised everyone and showed up a day early. I look at how the king and queen are doing in their first 2 weeks in their reign. It is telling what the focus continues to be. Anyway, I'm glad these are only once a week.